Question and answer. Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum. In this video, we are going to discuss question and answer under topics derivatives of trigonometric functions. Okay, this is the given question from your friend. Okay, differentiate y equals to e to the power of 2x inverse sine 2 over x with respect to x. Okay. Right, now we discuss the solution. Okay, ni yang kawan anda tanya. Okay, from here, the word here is differentiate. Okay, not evaluate. Okay, so let's say some student do like this. Okay, let A equals to inverse sine 2 over x. Okay, let's say dia buat macam ni. Let A equals to inverse sine 2 over x, and then dia move inverse sine to left hand side, so dia dapat sine A equals to 2 over x. Okay, this is actually wrong, right? Sebab apa? Ini kita nak differentiate, tapi yang let A tu, yang tu kalau kita nak evaluate ataupun nak simplify. Okay, if the question is asking about differentiate, so we need to consider this is multiplication operation. Okay, so cara yang let A equals to inverse trigo and then move to left hand side tu, ini salah. Ini kalau kita nak evaluate inverse trigo using triangle method. Okay, boleh? Since the word here use differentiate, okay, so we need to use product rule because this is multiplication operation. Okay, darab antara e to the power of 2x and inverse sine 2 over x. Okay, so to differentiate the function with multiplication operation, we need to use product rule. And when we use product rule, we need to identify which function as u and which function as v. Okay, in this case, e to the power of 2x equals to u, and inverse sine 2 over x equals to v. 2 over x here means inside inverse sine. Okay, 2 over x ni come together with inverse sine, right? Then after we identify u equals to e to the power of 2x, then we need to differentiate to find u prime. Okay, when we differentiate e to the power of 2x, we need to differentiate using exponential rule. Okay, alright. If we differentiate u, we get u prime. And then if we differentiate e to the power of x, first we need to copy e to the power of 2x, and then we multiply by the derivative of exponent. Okay, kita kena differentiate pula 2x. So after we differentiate 2x, we get 2 here. Okay, and 2 we move in front here. So we get u prime equals to 2e to the power of 2x. Right? Okay, kalau let's say ada yang terlupa cara untuk differentiate exponential function using exponential rule ni, awak boleh refer balik video daripada calculus 1. Saya ada bagi pada awal sem lepas ya, sebagai revision. Okay, derivative of exponential function ya, using exponential rule. Okay, boleh tengok balik video yang tu. Okay. After we find u and u prime, then we need to find v and v prime. Okay, v kita equals to inverse sine 2 over x. Okay, and then after we differentiate v, we have v prime. And then how to differentiate inverse sine 2 over x? We need to differentiate using inverse sine formula. Apa dia derivative of inverse sine? Ni formula dia. Okay. Derivative of inverse sine single x equals to 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. Kita tengok betul-betul kat sini. Kat sini, simbol dia gunakan adalah single x. So, single x tu duduknya di sini. Okay. Now, we want to differentiate inverse sine juga, tapi inverse sine 2/x. Okay, so we just refer this formula 1 and then over, and then we have square root, and then 1, and then we have minus here. But 2/x here, we need to write 2/x. Okay, because from the original formula, we have single x. Okay, so kalau kita ada 2/x, yang sini pun kena ada 2/x. Okay, make sure put in bracket. Okay, sebab ada square di sini. Maksudnya 2/x tu semua ni kena kuasa 2. Okay, alright. And then, kat sini sebelah tak ada apa-apa. Tapi dekat sini, kenapa pula ada derivative of 2/x? Okay, yang ini pun sebenarnya ada. Okay, tapi yang sini adalah derivative of single x equals to 1. So, any value or any function multiply by 1 equals to itself. So, tak nak tulis pun tak apa. Tapi yang ni sebab differentiate 2/x. Bukannya equals to 1. So, kena tulis lah. Okay, yang ini tak nak tulis pun tak mengapa. Sebab derivative of x equals to 1. So, darab dengan 1 kat sini sebenarnya. Okay, tapi tak nak tulis pun tak apa. Alright? So, kita just compare dengan formula derivative of inverse sine. Okay, kenapa kita tak pakai let A equals to inverse sine tadi? Sebab soalannya differentiate. Okay, bukan evaluate. So, bila differentiate, kena pakai formula yang d/dx ni. Okay, means this is derivative of inverse sine x. Tapi sekarang kita nak differentiate inverse sine 2/x. Kita just refer this formula, tapi yang x ni kita gantikan dengan 2/x. Okay. Kalau single x tak ada apa-apa di sebelah sebab derivative of single x equals to 1. So, darab dengan 1. Tapi sekarang derivative of 2/x not equals to 1. So, kena tulis. Darab dengan derivative of 2/x. Alright? Boleh? Okey, lepas tu yang 2/x bracket squared ni, 2 squared equals to 4, x squared equals to x squared. And then to differentiate 2/x, kita kena bawa x naik atas. So, jadi 2x to the power of -1. So, kita kena differentiate yang ni lah. Okay? And then yang ni, 1/1 minus 4/x squared. So, yang ni after we differentiate, yang ni tak ada dah simbol derivative, so tak perlu differentiate lagi lah. Tapi yang ni ada simbol derivative, so kena differentiate. So, to differentiate 2x to the power of -1, kita just guna power rule. Okay, -1 move ke depan, so jadi darab dengan 2 ni, so jadi -2, and then x, -1 minus 1, so dapat -2. Alright? Lepas tu, -2x to the power of -2 ni, using properties of indices, x to the power of -2, we can move down. Jadi, over x to the power of +2 ataupun x squared. Yang bahagian ni pula, kita boleh standardize denominator. So, pembawahnya sekarang x squared, kita combine. So, ini jadi 1 times x squared equals to x squared and then minus 4. Okay, semua ni dalam square root. Alright? Yang ni kita ubah, kita tukar bentuk guna properties of indices. Okay? Lepas tu, yang square root of x squared ni, kita boleh simplify jadi x. So, x ni no more square root symbol. Okay? Tapi yang atas ni masih lagi ada square root symbol. Okay? And then yang ni masih lagi sama. Okay? Kita sekarang nak simplify ya. Kita tak boleh simplify x squared minus 4 jadi square root of x squared minus 4. Kita tak boleh simplify jadi x minus 2. Tak boleh potong-potong ya sebab in between here is minus. So tak boleh potong set dengan squared here. Okay. So kita biar je macam ni. Biar je sebagai square root of x squared minus 4. Alright. Tapi yang ni kita boleh simplify ya. Sekarang yang x ni no more square root. Sebab dah simplify squared dengan square root ni. Okay. Lepas tu 1 over fraction. So yang paling bawah ni kita boleh bawa naik atas. And then jadilah x over third x squared minus 4. Yang ni masih lagi times negative 2 over x squared. And then sebab in between here is multiplication operation. So fraction darab dengan fraction. So yang ni dengan yang ni boleh simplify. Okay. So ni x dengan x squared potong x yang ni. So tinggal over x sahaja. So over x sahaja ni kita move ke depan ni. So ni atas jadi negative 2 and then over x and then third x squared minus 4. Ini kita punya v prime after simplify. So dapatlah macam ni. Okay, ni kita punya v, ni kita punya v prime. Ini kita punya u, ini kita punya u prime. Okay. Okay, after we find u, u prime, v and v prime, so we can use product rule formula, right? So using product rule formula, dy over dx equals to vu prime plus uv prime. Okay, dy over dx ni sebab yang asal ni adalah dalam y. Okay, so when we differentiate with respect to x, so dia jadi dy over dx. Okay, and then if we have u times v, so formula product rule vu prime plus uv prime. Kalau tak ingat, boleh refer balik video yang saya bagi yang revision lepas, okay? Derivative using differentiation using product rule, okay? Dalam video yang ni, okay? Boleh tengok balik dalam tele yang lepas, alright? Okay, from dy over dx equals to vu prime plus uv prime. So kita darabkan v dengan u prime, okay? This is v, okay? So, kita masukkan dekat sini. Okay, kita punya V. And then, this is U prime. So, this is our U prime. Kita masukkan dekat sini. Alright. V times U prime. And then, plus. Dan kita ada U. U kita equals to E to X. So, kita gantikan dekat sini. Times V prime. Okay. V prime kita adalah negative 2 over X. Third x squared minus 4. So, kita gantikan dekat sini. Right? Then, kita just simplify. So, 2 ni pindah ke depan sebab hubungan ni semua darab. Tak ada pun celah-celah dia ada plus ke. So, kita just rearrange. Okay? Kita susun je semula. So, constant 2 pindah ke depan. And then, e to x pindah ke depan. Biasanya yang simple-simple kita letak di depan lah. Okay? And then, inverse sine 2 over x letak kat hujung ni. And then negative 2 times plus ni dapat minus. So ini naik di atas. Kenapa? Sebab e to the power of 2x ni maksudnya over 1. So yang e to the power of 2x darab dengan negative 2. Yang over 1 ni darab dengan yang bawah ni. Okay, so jadilah atas minus 2 e to the power of 2x and then over x times third x squared minus 4. So, inilah jawapan kita. Ya, bila kita differentiate y equals to e to the power of 2x times inverse sine 2 over x. Okay, kita cari satu persatu u prime, v prime. Lepas tu kita masukkan dalam product rule formula. Kenapa pakai product rule formula? Because this is multiplication function. Okay, antara dua ni hubungan dia darab. So, wajib differentiate guna exponential function. Okay, ataupun exponential rule. Okay. Tapi semasa kita mencari v prime tu, kita kena guna derivative of inverse sine. Okay, masa kita differentiate u ni, masa kita cari u prime, kita kena differentiate guna exponential rule. Alright? So, this is the final answer after we differentiate this. Okay, with respect to x. Alright? Boleh? Thank you. Bye. Assalamualaikum.